watching Wall Street with our financial expert Rob Black. A bit of a rebound today. We saw a 4-day record high streak for the S&P 500 broken yesterday. Wah. Still well over the 1700 mark. Rob Black weighing in, and he's got more on the market. So this morning, billionaire activist investor Carl Icahn sending Tim Cook a letter over at Apple. I want you to buy 150 billion of shares back now. What does that mean?
He had dinner with Tim Cook, and the romance is on, or the bromance maybe. It means nothing. Ultimately, he wants with 1% weighting of the company. It's not going to get terribly far. He can want with other companies that are much smaller. So Carl Icahn being in love with your company helps. I mean, he goes way back to the 1970s where he was an activist investor saying basically, hey, shareholders deserve a little bit better, but I'm not expecting Apple to move much on this news, if at all. Maybe it supports it. Yeah, it doesn't move it.
So we've had Apple move up about $100 a share in the last 3 months. So the basic thing is here, right? If you make a company buy their shares back, it kind of keeps the share price a little more inflated.
It does, especially when you're talking about $100 billion buybacks. I prefer dividends over buybacks. Some people like curves, some people like blondes. Carl Icahn apparently likes buybacks.
None said of dividends. What do you think about earnings season so far?
It's getting worse. Okay. So slowly but surely, you talked about how we're at all-time highs 4 days in a row, and I'm going to throw out the pepper shaker under the eye and say, wah. It's not a good earnings season. So we're focusing a lot on Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act. We're focusing on the guidance going a little bit lower. Things aren't great out there. The employment numbers are at best. I hate using the icon of the average person. It's kind of meh. But it's very meh out there in the earnings season. And it should be a little bit better. So okay. I like where we are. I'm enthusiastic. I am positive. But there's not a lot going on.
So when's the U.S. economy going to ramp up again? I guess that's the big question. Because the talk was the beginning of this year was that this was the time that the U.S. economy was going to start to accelerate.
Okay. Yeah, see, and that's where we get into this dilemma, you and I. Right. So when does the U.S. economy ramp up? It's doing fine. Yes. But it's not the average person is doing fine. Yes. So it's the corporations. Ford, great numbers. Southwest, great numbers. But the average person is seeing that their wages aren't really ramping up all that much at this point in time. So the shutdown of the government didn't help. So the next couple of quarters are going to be good. Not great, but good. So I feel okay about Wall Street. That's what I cover. Okay. The everyday person, not so good.
Yeah, I know. Hence the sound effects.
See.
Thank you, Rob. We'll check back with Rob at 9:15 for today's winners and losers on Wall Street. Daria?